Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the final match of Week 1, Season 53. And unfortunately, this is a Lost Cat video. I am re-recording the audio on this even though I thought we had captured all of this in the original record. But my cat messed up with the wires and we did not capture the audio. But that does mean we're going to be able to accelerate the footage. Things will go a little bit faster. So there's some benefits. Except I have no idea what I was talking about. So we're going to have different banter. You see, I won round 2, and this was, I think, because my defense showed up. You can see my opponent was Osiris, and that's the banner difference. This was 100% because of my defense. This is starting to come back to me. So front territory, what we see here, speed it up. He one-shots all of that except for Seer Malicos. Seer Malicos gets a hold. And then in the lower territory, do we get a hold here? We pick up another hold with CLS Chupio. And then in the back territory, we get a bunch of holds. So we get Trench holding, Darth Revan holding, both of them taking 3 attempts to go down. And that is enough to churn down that banner total for me to have a pretty decisive win. We also get a hold with Executor, and I had a pretty clean offense, and I think I was able to use some solos in my attack, so we were able to get a decisive win here. With the bracket, my final opponent is Mini Susu 83. He's an 11.2 million GP player. He has 1 more Zeta than me at 284. And Omicrons, he's in the top half of the bracket with 27, 8 GLs. Relic's not that bad though at 191. That compares favorably to me. His depth is solid. With his relic distribution, you can see is a bunch of tier 5 relics, but tier 7, he's only got 1 more. Tier 8, I have the advantage. Tier 9, we are tied. So in the high relics, things are pretty favorable. He does have a good amount of tier 6, tier 5, and tier 3. I've got more. So I would say this is pretty good for me. That's not bad. What I'm more concerned about are high relics, and that's not what we see here. With mods and crons, you can see he is faster on the top 25. He is faster on the top 500. He's got excellent mods. You can see that in the counts too, where he's got 45-ish more 25 plus speed mods. With his 20 plus, he's got like close to 70, and the 15 plus even has an advantage in the range of 50. Like, that does not happen to me very often, where my opponents are beating me on every metric with the mods. But this is a Kyber 1 bracket, and these are the differences that we're going to be seeing here, and we need to start preparing for if I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between Kyber 1 and Kyber 2. Datacrons, he's also strong, but everybody's strong with the Datacrons in this bracket. With the GLs, we see actually not that bad, where there's a lot of Relic 7s, some Relic 8s, a couple Relic 9s, but these are some of the weaker Relic levels that we've seen on GLs, and really most of my matches. Usually they're 8s across the board. With the Omicron portion, you can see he's got a really nice Melgus, but only Relic 5, but triple Ami. Radis, Iden, both with Amis. He's got his Star Killer, triple Ami, 303 speed. He's got Dash, Wampa, Savage, all the major pieces. He is a player with Afra, but no third sister. So that is going to be a little bit beneficial. And no Ami on Zori. Triple Ami Malicos, none on Drogon. He does not have Bo-Katan Mandalore, but he does have Bane. Then all this other stuff looks good. He does have Cal Kestis and the Leviathan and the Profundity. With the quality of his modding, we'll organize this by speed and take a look. He's got about 49 characters modded at 300 speed or higher, which is strong. We've seen some scarier ones. Even earlier this week, we've seen some scarier ones. But that gives him an advantage of about maybe plus 14-ish, something in that range. So the modding is excellent here. You can see the differences between Kyber 1 and Kyber 2. These are just some strong advantages that we usually don't see even at the top end of Kyber 2. Now as we shift into taking a look at the defense, did this guy attack first? Okay, he did not attack first. See with my defense, this is unaltered. We got Tuskens, Cracks, we got Bounty Hunters, which are not that good, but for whatever reason, at least before, they would get holds at least twice a season. Like a surprising amount of time, they're one of my more reliable holds. I think it's just players forget that it's an effective team and just use something weak up against it. Then we're looking at Maul, Dash, Melgus, Leia, and CLS. And on the back territory, Trench, Finzori, Darth Revan, Lord Vader, and Third Sister. With an Inquisitor crown. Fleet is unchanged with Executor, Profundity, and the Malevolence. That's something I think I'm going to change, though. That is just more because of laziness. It's been unaltered. But I think I need to switch it out. Now, we have to go up against Padme, Grand Inquisitor, Bosk Zam, Newt, and Grievous. And then in the lower territory, like that doesn't look that bad. We're not going to have issues there. In the lower territory, we've got Leia, Kelleran with the Kron, Dash Hondo. Oh, I remember this match. I know what happens. We're gonna make a dumb choice. Not a dumb choice. Rey and then Sortie. So here's what's gonna go on. After this match, I've made an adjustment. Because what I am ultimately gonna do is I've become very happy with using Starkiller up against Rey. And I am going to be sticking with that trend in this match. But what that really means is I'm going to use Bane here. And that is a very safe and strong win up against Leia. And it is also a mistake. Because Leia's not a problem anymore. Her crons are gone. There's no Rebel Fighter cron. Drogon doesn't have a cron anymore. She doesn't have a cron. This team, it might take me two with certain counters. Like I might need to use Jabba and then have to clean up with something else. But we can two-hit Leia pretty much no problem. So using a strong counter here, like with Bane, that is not the best use of Bane because there are bigger problems. There's other characters with Datacrons, and I did not make the adjustment yet because I'm using old information in my head that I just don't want to mess around with Leia, which is just a bad way to think about it. So we get through Leia no problem. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever. We're looking at these other scars. We're going to go up against Rey. We're going to use Starkiller. We've been doing fine with Starkiller up against these crons. You just got to use them correctly. But the difference here is we're in Kyber 1 now. The mods are better. And it's going to make this go differently. So we're just grabbing whatever crons. We also don't have the best crons that are going to give advantages as much in these matches. But the problem here is if things go poorly, I am in a compromised position. So we take a look at this. We're like, okay, whatever, things are going normal. Gonna clear the buffs. All this is fine. Rey's already into the yellow, and then boom, we lose Palpatine. We're screwed. We're only 25 stacks towards Unleashed. We can't pull Starkiller for the assist. Like, it's over. And had I brought in Bane, we wouldn't have had to worry about this. We'd have been able to take it out, clear it, and we could have found other ways through Leia. And this is the error. And I've made the adjustment since, because we're already a match into week 2 at this point, at this time of re-recording this audio. And that's the adjustment I've made. We're not messing around with this cron anymore. We're not going, oh, my Starkiller is good, we're going to get through. No. I mean, I'm probably going to relegate my Palpatine somewhat soon, so he's less likely to be wiped out from a hit like that. But we're using Bane up against Ray now. We're not doing this again. Because here's the problem. Now what am I going to do? Now that my Star Killer got blown up, I got to find another way through this, and I don't have one. Because I'm not an SLKR player. I don't have SLKR yet. My Leia is on defense. And then some of my other GLs are on defense. Third sister, at least in a 5v5 context, should be able to do well. Oh no, she does well up against Leia, not Rey. But regardless, I don't have another option. This is my next best option. Like, this isn't good for me. And now I have completely thrown off the entire Grand Arena because of that one choice to use Bane up against a team I didn't need to use Bane up against. I should have instead made sure I had a way through this Kron, and I didn't. So here's what I'm thinking here. I have an anti-revive crown for Jedi characters, and I'm going to try that here. Now, Kat's not a Jedi, but I'm hoping that we can set it up where Kenobi, either of the Kenobis, can get the finishing blow on one of these characters and we can prevent the revive. Or we do JML with the anti-revive. That's what I ultimately do, yeah. Okay, so here, that's what I'm thinking here. We can do anti-revive with JML. Now, there's other crons that would technically be maybe preferable in this context. Like with, I've got a cron with a bunch of protection. We've got that one level 6 ability with these Jedi crons that are very strong. But what I've decided to go with is I want this anti-revive ability. But I'm gonna lose track of the inherited teachings and the cooldowns at some point. Because talking and recording I'm not good at it. You can see this is not ideal. I could very easily lose somebody. I think I just messed up there. Yeah, I just messed up there because I was supposed to do armor shred. That's why I have 25 stacks and not 30. So that was dumb. Take a hit, whatever. I need to get to my turn here to take... But the other issue is I haven't triggered everybody's health yet. And I'm going to hope I get lucky, and we don't. Because if we had more ways to ignore protection with Jedi characters, because I don't think we have a lot of Jedi that can do it. I'm probably forgetting somebody that can. But we've got some limited options. So now we're in this situation. We're just trying to figure out what are we going to do here. I'm just hoping that we can take out Holdo and just the rest we'll worry about later. Trigger the alt. But you can see the bonus protection that they have is just causing me so many problems. So we've finally triggered the last of the damage immunities. We're going after Holdo. Like, I'm almost feeling like maybe we could do something. Maybe. And then she has that bonus protection again. Now, maybe I shouldn't have used that ability. But we got 30 seconds and then just boom, it just falls apart. I think maybe I should have been using the basic. Because every time I use that ability, they get the bonus protection. I just kept going at it. And it's just... no shit. Now I'm throwing in JMK and we're just like drowning. Oh, I'm going to Padme Cron it? Yeah. So Padme Cron's been pretty awesome. And I just wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to do the Padme Cron, see if she could save me, because I've really been impressed with this Cron. I really like it. We got Protection Disruption with it, and I'm hoping it can do something. So that's promising. Courage taking him down, but he's going to revive. We're going to do this. This with the assist, we get... I thought we were supposed to get Protection Disruption on the assist. Maybe not. But you can see, like... you can see why I like the Cron, but Swallow being able to ignore protection, the team can't get through it. Now, what I could have done is I probably should have let it time out after we took out Swallow one of those times instead of continuing to play. Because then we'd be in a much better position. So what we're going to do for the rest of this match, after I waste one more GL, is we're just going to experiment. We got Gungans to play with. It's pre-Queen Amidala, so I probably didn't do anything with Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. But they're out there. We got Stap. We got Datacrons with Tech. And we're just going to try some things out. We're just going to keep throwing GLs at characters and see what can happen. And we're just retreating. Because it's just like, yeah, there's no point. Alright, so we're getting started. We're going to Sith Eternal Emperor... these Jedi. And use some Empire characters because we don't have enough Sith in this game. We need, I don't know, 3 more Sith. Like if we could get like Plagueis, Crate. Yeah, at least Plagueis and Crate. We gotta let the cat in. Yeah, so there's nothing that really matters with this. This is gonna be a strong counter. We link them, we let them take a bunch of turns, we let whoever needs to die, die, and we blow them up. Like the rest of this defense wasn't that good, and I just completely flubbed this because of that one decision with Bane. Because what that Bane decision did was put me into a position where Starkiller had to work, or at least make progress. And just getting Palpatine wiped out like that completely destroyed this match. Oh, Sith Eternal Emperor lost that? Yeah, that's not great either. So we're switching to Jabba. I probably played it poorly because I was probably in my head at this stage. Jabba's gonna crush it though, and Jabba's awesome at against Jedi. That's probably what I should have done in the first place. Although maybe my Jabba should be on defense. Yeah, so we're just autoing getting through this. I'm trying to remember what things I could have been talking about during the time of this record. Because I know what I talk about in the next videos. I've just been watching a bunch of nonsense. Alright, we take down that. Now we got Sortie and Dash Hondo. Gonna head up top, probably have some fun up against some of these squads. We choose Newt, because here, well, the thing about Newt is Gungan. So, and there's a Grievous squad. So I'm looking at the choices that we have for Gungans. I'm going to use Gungans up against Grievous because they have a little bit stronger synergies up against Grievous squads. So I'm hoping that we can see these guys perform well here. Now they're at this point, Tarpals I think is 7 stars and gear 12. No, he's still gear 11. I didn't take him to gear 12 yet, but he's 7 stars. And then we got gear 11 on Phalanx and Boss Nass. In 3v3, I do think Phalanx needs to be part of the squad, not Boomadir, because I tried, last 3v3 was before Phalanx had been released, and I tried it with Boomadir. You really need that taunt, otherwise they rip through the stacks of shield generator way too quick. And having his taunt get triggered by attacks onto the generator is very beneficial. So we're going after Grievous, and I'm being indecisive about what I want to attack. Maybe I should be going after B1. You can see, maybe if we were stronger, we could go after Grievous and take him out, but we weren't really having the damage output to take him out. But the problem with this squad, when you don't have Jar Jar, is this squad does very well with the shield generator on the field, but it completely falls apart when the generator is gone. And you can see that happening. Like right now, we were doing okay. We made progress. You could see the promise of this working. Now the generator's gone. We're going up against Grievous. And we just are one shot. But the promise is there. Like you can see it's a good squad. And I don't even know if 7 stars would have made a difference. I don't think it would have. Because it's really just about those stacks of the shield generator. Well, I guess had I had more stars, maybe we get through Grievous faster so the shield generator doesn't die off. That's the only thing that I could see that would be a difference. Okay, so we're doing Trey here. Trey was able to kill Grand Inquisitor before the Omicron was even added, so this is going to be a strong counter. Because we have Torture on Nihilus, I taunt with Scion. I don't want to risk losing Nihilus. I'm fine risking losing Scion. We increase cooldowns. We got Annihilate next. Held by Hatred, triggered. Take out 7th. Grand Inquisitor gone, and now we can just auto. I'm trying to remember what other kind of testing we did. That was, I think it's definitely the tech testing. Alright, Padme, Bosk, Zam, Newt. Yeah, this is one of my counters that I do all the time with Bosk Zam. As long as Maul's not on the field, I'll use this against Maul normally. But what I like about this is that speed boost from Zam is completely negated by the fact that they can't take out JTR. And then I can just easily one-shot a lot of these characters with Swallow. Yeah, it's strong. Now we got Newt, Padme, and a cleanup. And we go with Padme. I have no idea what I decided here. Imagine I was looking for some testing. Or are we going with the Malik solo? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm sure this worked, because I don't think I had any other issues for the remainder of this match. I just don't remember. This was like a week, not quite a week ago, but... Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, this was fine. It's more annoying than anything. Oh yeah, and I selected a cron to let me mark. So I could just ignore Wrecker, or at least try to ignore Wrecker. Doesn't always work. I feel like these marked crons are more trouble than they're worth. They had a little bit, but they're also annoying. Because there's certain times where, like, maybe I would have been able to hit Padme, but I'm forced to attack Wrecker because he's marked. But at least the taunt comes down quickly. Not the taunt, but the marked. Yeah, so we dispel. He takes his turn. Padme's finally down. Now we can auto and just whatever. Couple hits and eliminated. Now Newt, I don't remember what I did. Gas, yeah, that would make sense. Could do Afra up against... None of this matters. Yeah, this is just a strong counter. Newt's not like even a squad that we should be seeing. This is just... I'm not even playing this live, and I'm still like channeling the irritation that I felt with myself at the time. I don't even know if I could have won this. Like, this guy, I think, put up a banner total that maybe I couldn't have competed with. We'll see. I'll have to double check. I don't remember how it ended up. Yeah, so Wookiees they've just turned into my go-to cleanup. The perfect combination of not being too good, but also being very reliable in a cleanup. Alright, we use the Tech Cron. Now, I still don't feel like I've properly tested the Tech Cron, because we keep giving them things that the Bad Batch probably would have won under any circumstance. And that's kind of what we see here. So we get some stuns. But you can see Tech has extra damage, and I believe there's something on maybe the level 6 ability where we're doing like extra true damage, or I forget what the cron does. It's a very nice cron. And it's making this a lot faster. But the Bad Batch are they already have a lot of anti-droid synergy, so I believe this would have been very effective without the cron. Yeah, and then we auto to wrap this up. Yeah, get a few hits in. And we got Dash, and then we got Fleet. Like, it's not much here. And with Dash, we're going to do a little bit of stab testing. He's just the only other like recent marquee character where we can do anything with. And I do have the Omicron on him. I just don't feel like anything that we've done... Oh, we're not even going to do it. Never mind. We're doing Bo-Katan Mandalore testing, which doesn't even matter. This is just going to crush. I think I just wanted to be done. Because I think what I did is kind of ties into what I was about to say about Stab. I don't feel like I have noticed any difference with him on the team. Now, maybe at Relics that changes. Maybe he's going to allow us to do different things at Relics with Grievous than we can do right now. But at Gear 12, no. It's just an extremely negligible character at Gear 12. Whose presence I do not notice. It may actually be worse than other options. Now as we hit this fleet, we're going to do Chimera Leviathan. I think this was my first match after I got my computer sent back from repair. They replaced the motherboard on it. Although I don't even think it's completely fixed. I think I might need to send it back in at some point. Definitely going to extend that warranty. Out of necessity. Because I do not trust this thing. I'm never buying a Lenovo again. I've been using them for like a decade or more. Like I've had several, and I've liked them. Don't feel like they're the quality that they used to be. I'm done with them. All right. Yeah, we've already won this one. We've taken out the key ships. Like you've heard me talk about this a million times. There's certain times just based on speeds where this can lose, but most of the time this wins. Yeah, we got to get through these stacks now, but we've got the advantage. We're going to win it. I go for the stun even though the basic would have taken out more stacks, but being able to control the ship and not have like worry about it adding more stacks. That's why I went with this stun. Now we got Profundity and the Marauder. Leviathan is just going to rip apart the Profundity, so that's the route we're going to take. The Profundity is just a fleet I don't like to mess around with. So we'll do the second special. Basic onto the Outrider, bombs onto the Outrider, then mass assist and take it out. And now they can't win anymore. Bring out the dagger, boost its offense, fix this camera. You'll see the old record for a moment. Oh, did the Phantom come out? Phantom's a mistake, and you can kind of see why. It's not adding a taunt. It doesn't add a mass assist. I just consider it a waste of a turn, because it's so important for the Profundity to get to its ultimate quickly. And if you bring out the Ghost, or you bring out Biggs, or you bring out Cass, a ship that can call assists, you are doing it faster and earlier, getting those assists out, rather than bringing out the Phantom and then having to wait multiple turns before you finally get a chance to bring out a ship that can actually call the assists. Now, it wouldn't have mattered with this counter, but like if you're doing a mirror, things like that can make a difference. Now, Marauder, I seem to remember this went poorly for me. Maybe I'm thinking of a different match, but I feel like this didn't go great. Yeah, so they very quickly, yeah. You can just see how both well modded, but just how fast these characters are. Like just right from the get-go, taking out my Anakin like that. It puts me in a down position right from the start that now I have to find a way through. And it really messes me up. Now I got to make difficult decisions about who do I want to target. Do I want to keep going after this tank? Probably, but this is tough. And they're just ripping me apart. I should probably look at this guy's Anakin. But we at least got rid of the tank. Now we got to make a decision here about who do we take out next, if we can take out somebody next. I feel like I should do Ahsoka. Do I do it? Yeah, I do. Now, I think I should have... Like, that's the choice we make. I get why I did it, but I think I wonder if Ahsoka would have been the better choice. Yeah, and then we're dead. But at least the tank is gone, and Plo is going to start on the starting line because it replaced the slot from What's-His-Face. Alright, we're going to bring in the Rata so that we can do a little bit of comeuppance stuff. Let's fix this. Skip ahead. Let's get to it. And they just, the preloaded turn meters rip it apart. We can't even do any comeuppance testing. It's just devastating. Don't touch things. You loth cat. And now we got no fleets left. Like, I think I don't even clear this guy. Because the rest of my fleets aren't good. Like, I get Gear 12 pilots on all these. Because I'm not an SOKR player. So I got to make decisions here. And you know what? I think I make the wrong decision. I think I should... No, I think the reason I don't go after Plo is Plo's actually somewhat advantageous because of otherwise, like in a next attempt, like 5s would be in that slot. So now I'm just trying to take out somebody else. Did I get through this? I do think I made progress. Yeah, so we lose our tank. We got days on a bunch of people, which is a mess, so I go for the dispel. We still got days, so I'm gonna into basic and get some protection up. We do a hit. We trigger the thing. And then we lose Kylo, and it's over. Yeah, we're done. We do not clear this guy. And to show you the history of this match, to see how my opponent did, he cleared me no problem. Like at 2065, I think that's one hold. So he banes me, he Calcestis, my Melgus. Like he's not having any issues. He had a weak defense. So do not touch the USB port. If I have to re-record my re-record, I'm not going to be happy. And then just, yeah, not even, he one-shots everything, not even hold. But since we're here, let's do round one. Round one, I think we picked up a hold somewhere. Yeah, Starkiller falling to Trench in round one. And then round two, we get some good holds here. So round two, we see Padme falling to CLS. Padme Gideon. Tried to Treya my Malicos, and he quits. Sidious falling to Revan. That's not surprising at all, because as soon as Sidious falls into the yellow, he's going to get death marked and he's going to die. That's not a smart use of him. Chimera on the Executor. And then here's the real meat of things. Bam up against Trench doesn't work. That's not a surprise. Night Sisters Trench makes some progress but loses. Times out really. Then we got his own Malicos trying to take out Revan and it fails. Yeah. But we'll wrap it up there. I've got another update video I got to make, but you know what I got to do on that update video is re-record all the audio because of this cat who just loves laying down on wires. But thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.